is important for us. We have been asking Allah Rabbul Alameen, the beginning of our class, Allahumma zidni ilman nafi'ah. Just to share with all the good sisters and brothers, I have been talking about our sister over here compared with other classes. Sister other area. Normally our classes in other area, the sisters are very passive. Yeah. And normally it ends without Q&A. Except our sisters here, alhamdulillah. But we love that kind of interaction. We love people who learn with an open mind, who want to know more than what they hear. And that is important. Alhamdulillah. Now this dua that we have been asking Allah in the beginning of our class, Allahumma zidni ilman nafi'ah. A humble sharing. When you say ilm, what do we understand by ilm? Knowledge. Good. Beneficial knowledge. What is the knowledge that will benefit you in akhirah? What kind of knowledge? Today there are so many activities moving around. Yeah? There are so many classes for us to attend. But it's important for us to understand the fardu ain before you go fardu kifayah. There are two types of knowledge. Fardu ain and fardu kifayah. Fardu ain, nobody can escape. Everyone must learn. Young and old, male and female, rich or poor, you must learn. Like how you must pray 5 times a day. That is fardu ain. All the Prophet was sent by Allah. The first thing that they have to teach their people is knowing Allah. About faith, about iman. That is the first knowledge. Not about fiqh yet. Not about sirah yet. Just zoom into aqidah, tawheed, iman. Why? Because without that, whatever you learn have no benefit. You can have a lot of information about this and that, but you don't even look into your iman. Allah or the Prophet never said that without this knowledge or that knowledge you cannot go to Jannah. No. But the Prophet said, La tadkhulu Jannah hatta tu'minu. Nobody can enter Jannah without iman. Without money, without anything, you can still go with the right iman. Al-iman sadiq. That's why our Prophet focused on iman 13 years. He, the Prophet himself, is talking to his first generation 13 years about iman and adab. These are two knowledge that is very, very important for us to acquire as fardu ain. When you have knowledge, you have no adab, then you cannot implement that knowledge. Yeah? When you talk about iman, you talk about arkanu iman, minimum 6. Branches of iman, more than that. 70 over branches of iman. That the very basic is 6. And one of it that we are learning about it now, Al-Qada and Qada. When we talk about Qada and Qadr, Alhamdulillah, last week, Sister Anita was asking the difference between Qada and Qadar, to make it easier so that we don't get confused after learning and believing in Qada and Qadar. When somebody asks you, we also do not know the difference. Qadar is something that is registered, something that is written, that is Qada, not with the raw behind. Qadar is the way towards Qada. Qada and Qadar are two knowledge that Allah have informed us, because this is the unseen, and He don't even give this knowledge to any of the prophets except what He wants. Neither any angel know about this except He. Illahu, Allah said. Illahu, only He knows. This is the secret of Allah Rabbul Alameen, and to test the believer, whether you want to believe or not. But the Qada is written 50,000 years before we came to existence. Never mind, we are learning. Yeah? Because Qadar is something very abstract. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة إلا هو. And Allah also said, أن الله على كل شيء قدير, talking about the Qadar and talking about His power. When you talk about Qadar, is the power of Allah to move anything. It encompasses everything. It covers every dimension. And then He said, you may not know what Allah knows, then Allah has power over all things, and that Allah surrounds all things. This is not in our knowledge. Before we continue with the book, let me re-strengthen our understanding. Yeah? Is our limit to learn about Qada and Qadar. There's always a limit. Predestination Qadar may be subjected to a rational analysis. We can analyze it. The way to understand this matter about ghaibiyah, unseen, is to stop at what has been said in the Quran and Sunnah. Remember that. What Quran talk about it and what the Prophet explains, stop there. Don't go further. Don't go further. Because there's no end. And if you try to go further, your ending will be very, very difficult. Because you're opening the door of the shaitan to come and create these doubts. And then sometimes you will tend to entertain that doubt. Our Prophet did mention, is a zukriqat famsiq. When this kind of knowledge is being discussed, keep quiet. Listen first. Dalil, believe. Nothing, stop there. Tawqifiyah is known as something without referring to any qiyas, analogy, or reasoning. Because one thing that you cannot see, what is there to reason? It's a test of your iman. Do you believe that Allah power encompasses everything? If you say yes, okay, stop there. Whoever is not contented to stop at this point will be misled and lost in the sea of confusion. Then their philosopher kind of thinking, rational, start to give excuses, you know, and will not find anything to put his mind at rest, because Qadr, and Qadr is one of the secrets of Allah Rabbul Alamin, belong to him. It's my secret. So how can you go into that zone? It's like you ask, what is Allah doing now? Huh? There was an argument between Abu Hanifa and an old man. Abu Hanifa is a very smart young man. When he was young, he had written books. Because scholars before, they are not so busy with us, no smartphone, nothing, no entertainment. Most of the time, they spend on writing. We have time for tea, we have time for relaxation, so relaxed. But now, time just flies. Finish one more day, finish 2018, khalas. Now 19 now. It just disappeared. I realize it sometimes when I want to do something, you know, people is waiting for me to check with me about something. I keep on in, out, so many things to do. And suddenly it's 5 p.m. already. Just going in, out, few times, 2 hours gone. To show us the barakah of time is gone. The Prophet did mention, and the sign of the end of the world is the barakah of the time will disappear. End of time, good scholar will perish. Then knowledge will just stay on the book. And people who are ignorant will read and have their own, making up their own understanding, and they will be astray, and they will mislead others to astray. And that's how it goes. And you can see it's happening slowly. Anyhow. Because it's the secret of Allah which is known only to the all-knowing and the all-aware, Allah Himself. There is the Qada and Qadar. And He, Allah, has put a veil around it and has concealed it from the mind and the knowledge of His makhluk, we. Even the angel have no knowledge about Qada and Qadar except what Allah wants them to know. Even our Prophet, that's why he reminds us when people discuss, just keep quiet. You don't get into that discussion. Now, back to Abu Hanifa. I remember I talked about Abu Hanifa. He wrote a book. Now, before you don't have all this IT to inform you who is the author, no camera to snatch his picture, and the scholar don't like their picture to be drawn. Nobody drew their picture they don't like. And because there is something the Prophet forbid. So his book suddenly reached the hand of a scholar, elderly man, teaching his book. In one of the musalla, so happened that he was passing by, so he went in and he sat quietly and listened. So that man makes some mistake in quoting his book. So he remind him. He raised up his hand, adapt, no? He said, Sifu, the example. I think you missed one sentence. He looked at this young guy, huh? You are telling me? Who are you to tell me? You see? Then he said, so when people look a new guy here. Suddenly he came and remind their great Imam. You know. Then he said, if you don't believe what I say, you go back to page so and so, line so and so, what is written there, I will say to you. There is the memory of the scholar before. Even then he said, no, I think you must have also owned this book and now you are just testing my knowledge. No. If you are really the author of this book, he is a great thinker, a great scholar, he will be able to answer this simple question of mine. And you know what he asked? He was sitting here now, and the student is sitting down. Of course, that time they don't have table. Their knees are very strong, alhamdulillah. Old people. When life have changed, everybody is so comfort. So then all the other organs also give ways. He said, you remember this story I did share with you all once? He asked him, if you are the great, you are the author of this book, you are sure to answer my question. Tell me, what is Allah doing now? Wow. Remember how the story ends? Next week I share with you. Yeah. So, but anyhow, he said, can you help me? Can you just come to my place now? Just come down to my place. So he came down, and then he stood and he went up. And he sit in his place and said, this is what Allah is doing now. You ask me, what is Allah doing now? This is what Allah is doing. Allah Qadr, He wants you to come down, and He wants me to go there. But anyhow, at last, this elderly man was surprised to know that he is the real author of this book, because I am Nu'man bin Thabit, known as Abu Hanifa. His real name is Nu'man bin Thabit. Yeah. Only the kunya is Abu Hanifa. Okay. Why Allah concealed from the mind and the knowledge of His creation? For reason that they are known only to Him. Human, if you start to know more, the kibir is going to come. The kibir is going to eat you up. And you are trying to be somebody now. And then you will end disobeying Allah. You will commit shirk. It's not known by any prophet who was sent or by any angel who is close to him. So the Qadr is a secret of Allah concerning His creation. No angel who is close to Allah and prophet or messenger have any knowledge about it. Delving into the matter in depth means the one will be forsaken by Allah and lost in confusion, and transgression will come in. Zalim. Remember when Luqman said to his son, Ya bunayya, la tushrik billah, inna shirk la zulmun azim. Don't ever commit shirk, because doing shirk is the greatest transgression, the greatest zulm. To us, zulm means zalim. Zalim, maybe you oppress the weak one, but in the Quran, the biggest zulm is committing shirk. So beware of examining it and thinking about it and exposing oneself to whisper of the Satan. Remember what Allah said. لا يسأل عما يفعلوا وهم يسألون. He cannot be questioned as to what he does, while they will be questioned. In Quran, chapter 21, verses 23. Chapter 21, verses 23. I'm not going to the book yet, just to reinforce. It is not proper for any Muslim or Muslimah to inquire in depth into the matter of Qada and Qadr, because it's a secret of Allah. And it is obligatory to believe in all the decree, the Qada, good and evil alike. Moreover, there is no guarantee that a person inquiries into the matter of Qadr will not cause him to reject the decree of Allah concerning the creation. The danger is there. One of the great scholars, Imam Ahmad, may Allah have mercy on him, said, it is part of the well-known sunnah of our Prophet to believe in Qada and Qadar. Khalas. The Prophet said, if you have a goal of Uhud, Mount of Uhud, but you don't believe in Qada and Qadar, all your contribution, your zakat, your infaq, fi sabilillah will not be accepted. Khalas. One arkanu iman, you have doubts, all your good deeds gone. And that's why our Prophet focused on the knowledge of aqidah, iman, foundation, before they move forward. Allahu Akbar. Good and evil, what is mentioned in the Quran and the Sunnah, we just have to accept it and to believe in them, and not to ask why or how. Why Allah make this haram? How can this thing become haram? The correct way is to accept it, believe in it. If a person does not know the explanation of a hadith or understand it in a rational sense, he does not have to go further. This is something very simple. Allah don't, He will not question you more than that. Khalas. Other thing that He wants you to learn, then you have to learn. How to pray, you have to learn. The Prophet is there to show you the movement, the recitation, what is the arkan of the prayer, what is the wajibat of the prayer, what is the tertib, what is the tuma'nina. You cannot say, I don't know. Because it is being taught. That we don't care. Thing that Allah, the Prophet want you to learn, we just put it aside. Thing that He don't want you to go into, that is the thing I'm busy. I want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. You thought that by going deeper and deeper, you get stronger. No, you are getting further and further. That is what Satan will keep on fanning you. Come on, move. Oh, you are so good. You are a thinker. You are a researcher. Research. And that's why sometimes the people who involve in Sufism, a mistake, at the end of the day, what do they say? They just confirm what other people believe. If you ask the people of the book, where is the God that you believe, except like Isa that you believe? He said, Isa is in every one of us. Wow. The same goes to the Sufis at the end when they start to learn about God. You see God? You can't see God. Then who are you worshipping? Shadows? You're worshipping devil? How can you worship something that you don't see? And you are people who are just physical. Shariat. We are going hakikat. Tariqat move to hakikat and ma'rifat. Wow. You are like the coconut shell. You know? We are going into the flesh and the water. That's why we have coconut water. Now we also, if you have no strong foundation, true, huh? Wow, this person special, makam. Then he asks you, can you see me? You say, of course I see you now, you're in front of me. Where am I? You say, you are here. Where? Show me. Point to me, where am I? So you point. This is my chest. Where am I? Here. This is my cheek. Where am I? This is my head. Where am I? Wow. Then you're having problem, huh? Everything you show him, he say, this is part of me, but not me. Now you have the Maggie me coming in now. You cannot see me. If you can see me, you can see God. Wow. Because God is in me. This is where they call Wahdatul Wujud. Wahdatul Wujud. Means I am God is one. Allah has said, Kul huwallahu ahadun. What dalil you have? Based on your own thinking, your own feeling, you want to feel good. You can, I don't see you because you are blind. You thought you had the eye that can see, but you have a blind eye. Alamak, I don't want to be known as a blind man. I'm not blind. No, you are blind. You don't have the eye of the heart. Wow. Now you go to the eye here, not the eye here. Then you have the evil eye coming. I make it easier again. Number one, the important principle about learning Qada and Qadr. Number one, you just have to admit it is wajib to believe in that. Wajib. It's not a sunnah, or maybe it's important, yet it is a must for every Muslim to believe. Number two, with regard to understanding Qada and Qadr and defining its limit and dimension, we just rely on the Quran and Sunnah and not on rational analysis and analogy. Qiyas, no qiyas. Don't go into that area. You see, when you learn about fiqh, the first thing they will want you to understand, usul fiqh, is istinbat. Remember this term, istinbat. Istinbat means anything to do with fiqh, you must have reference. And what is the reference for all the fuqaha? Number one, Quran. Number two, hadith, sunnah. Number three, ijma'. Number four, qiyas. Remember that. And these are very fundamental teaching. First, Quran. Second, sunnah. Third, ijma'. And the last, qiyas. Qiyas. Qiyas means analogy. Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah alayhi said, La qiyas fil ibadah. Aqidah, ibadah, no qiyas. You know what is qiyas? Qiyas is you are making your opinion. Anything to do with Aqidah, no opinion needed. What is mentioned, just believe. Stop there. Anything to do with Ibadah, no question asked. Why Subuh 2 rakaat? Why Subuh cannot be 4? And Zohar become 2 because Zohar busy. Lunchtime, working, out there, traffic jam. Fajar, you wake up, nobody, no traffic jam, just at home. Why not you pray 4 and make it 2 later on? Is there some rationale there? Yeah, if you want to think, and somebody will make it more easier. I know one day, one night, 17 rakaat. How I do, up to me. I can combine everything at night, 17. It's also another way. Make it easy. Why can't? As long as I perform the 17 rakaat. No. If Allah fix the time, you don't change the time. You cannot change the time. If Allah fix the month Ramadan, wherever you are, Ramadan you fast. You cannot make your own Ramadan. No, Ramadan in my country is hot, man. Maybe other month is cooler. I choose the cooler month. No. You don't choose your month. Allah fix it for you. Ibadah, no question asked. Sami'na wa ata'na. Why? For human reason is incapable on its own of forming the guidelines which will save it from going astray on the spiritual issue. You just cannot understand why like this, why like that. Why Zohar, Asar silent, Maghrib 2 allow, 1 silent, and then Isha 2 allow, 2 silent. Why like that? Why all allow, cannot all allow, or all silent? If you want to argue, you can argue. But what is your basis? The Prophet was sent to guide you, to show you. Those who indulge in discussing this ghaibiyah from a rational point of view have gone astray, and they have even denounced their iman. I don't believe. That is the ending that shaitan loves you to go in. Go. And then they ask, who created this? Who created this? Who created? Later on, who created Allah? Khalas. Anyhow, many things to share, but let me go back to the book. Where are we today? Page? Alhamdulillah, the creation of qalam, the pen. Now don't ask, number one, how did the pen of Allah look like? What ink that he used? Don't go in that. If Allah and the Prophet say qalam, khalas. Just take, finish. Allah by His knowledge, ilm, willed the measure of His creation, their condition, quality, and all big and small matters relating to them. Everything is in the knowledge of Allah Rabbul Alamin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then wrote in the preserved slate, Lawhi Mahfuz, all that He willed, whatever He wants, not whatever we want. No. How did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala write things in the preserved slate? He created a pen, al-qalam. How did the pen look like? We know. No one goes. Don't go to that area. Holding it in His right hand. Again, there is this letter that Allah used, biyadi, with his, literally the word yad means hand. But a lot of people say, cannot, how can you say Allah have hand? Oh, this is khalas, your aqidah is wrong, out. The Malay also have their own word. Oh, it's a matter of expression. But if the letter Allah used and He used the word yad, yad, like you end there. If you don't want to end there, so you want to change the word. So what word? Oh, no, yad means power. Then put qadr. But Allah used the word yad. You have problem with Allah's word? No. It's up to Him, whatever word He want to use. I use my finger. If He say finger, finger. But don't compare His finger and your finger. Never even think of that. He is like you. Laysa kamithlihi. But don't deny His word. Don't change. Who give you the right to go and change? Even you have the good intention, cannot. Actually, it's just like if you want to come to a person's house. If you are invited to a wedding, normally what do you bring in Malay? What they call? Hadiah is Arabic. Buat tangan. You see? Are you bringing your hand? Of course, you have to bring with your hand. Then when you are discussing a matter and you don't like third party to come in and interfere, what do you say? In Malay. Huh? Jangan campur tangan. Do you mix all the hand together? It's a matter of expression. Just what I'm just giving you some understanding. People try to play with this and waste our time. No, 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 this aqidah is wrong. The right aqidah, you cannot say Allah. I didn't say Allah have hand. Allah said He have hand. So what you do me to do? If you still deny, I think let us sit down. Now you open that word again, the ayat, and that word. Now can you please erase that and put other word? Easier. Oh, no, 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 but you can. I didn't say that he have. He said he have. You don't want to use this word. What word do you want to use now? But still, people whose mind, you see, that's what I'm saying, who try to go further than what Allah and the Prophet have said about Qada and Qadr, you will go further and further. No end, man. Ubadah ibn Samad, one of the companions of our Prophet ﷺ, reported that he heard Sami'tu. Now when he heard, that means when the Prophet was saying, he was there. Like today, you can say, we heard from me, because you were here. But those who are not here, you cannot say, I heard Ustaz say, huh? I said, who said that? But you are not there in my class. Somebody have conveyed the message to you. When somebody conveyed to you, you cannot say, I heard. You say, I hear from somebody. I heard from somebody. Somebody conveyed. And this is called sanad. This kind of transmission is called sanad. And I want to know whether this guy who conveyed the message, he liked me or not. If he don't like me, you know what's going to happen. He will distorted. We don't know. People who like you will talk good about. People who don't like you, do you think he don't talk good about? You know, Hussain, he said like that. No, that Chinese man, again he put my Chinese there. Why? I know I'm a Chinese. You don't have to say the Chinese man. Everybody know I'm a Chinese also. Yeah? I never say I'm not a Chinese. There's a Chinese man, an elderly man who meet me in Penang. He liked me a lot. He's not a Muslim. I just called him last night. It so happened I get to know him because he's good for foot reflexology. I call him because I want him to look into my neck. I say, I'm feeling pain every night. Can you? I say, okay, call me when you are coming. Yeah. Anyhow. And he told me, he said, I don't like this guy. I don't know you know him or not. He is a Chinese, but the way he talk like he's no more Chinese. I say, who is that? He told me, okay, okay. I said. Now what did Ubadah ibn Samad say? Inna awwal ma khalaq Allahu al-qalam faqal uktub. Qal ma aktub. Qala uktub qadr. Makana ma huwa wa ma huwa ka'inna ila al-ab. Indeed, the first thing Allah created was the pen. Who said that? Our Prophet said. Sadiq wa masduq. Who is Prophet Muhammad? Sadiq wa masduq. The one who never speaks except what is right, and everybody must acknowledge the truth from him. Sadiq is him. Masduq we. We must endorse, accept that what he said is true. We cannot have doubts. Because Prophet Muhammad, Sadiq, we masduq. Indeed, the first thing Allah created was the pen. Then He, Allah, who created the pen, commanded it write. Now the pen is going to write. How the pen write? Don't go into that area. The people, because you do not know. But we have the knowledge. Anybody came, I have the knowledge, you just cut him off. Don't waste your time and listen to them. He may confuse you. Later on, you will also turn astray. Don't go in. Anybody want to get into that area where Allah and the Prophet do not allow, you just stay away. Khalas, enough. You don't go and listen, and then you come back. Wow, that guy, huh? So spiritual, no. He goes too deep, deep. He's going deep. He's going astray. Don't get they're influenced by this kind of talk. Right, the pen asked. Now, the pen is Allah's creation. He said, I created the pen. The pen is not Allah. Jannah was created by Allah. Nar created by Allah. Everything other than Allah is His creation. And then come back to one question. Is Quran creation of Allah? People can play. If everything is Allah's creation, is Quran makhluk? Why we say not makhluk? Because Allah and the Prophet never say Quran is makhluk. Qala Allah, Quran is kalam Allah. Imam Ahmad was tested with this. Because at that time there are some scholars said Quran makhluk, Quran makhluk. He stand firm. Quran kalam Allah, lastul makhluk. Is the word of Allah, the speech of Allah. That's why I say, Innal khairul kalam kalam Allah. The pen asked, what shall I write? Allah said, write Qadr. The Qada, all what has already happened and all that will happen until eternity. To Allah, all the happening have happened. It's like a movie producer and director. They go for the filming, all finished. Now they just want to show it to us. And then it's up to them. They want to go episode 1, episode the Chinese drama, don't know how many, some 100. And those who love drama, they know. Yeah? To them, producer finish already. Now they're just coming. It's like, remember we do our recording here? Finish already. Yeah. But now it's been added slowly. Yeah. Ibn Umar reported that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said again, now from another companion, Inna awla shay'in khalaqallahu al-qalam fa'akhazahu biyaminihi ila al-akhir ayat. Indeed, the first thing that Allah created was the pen. Now this is another Sahaba is quoting the saying of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now you see, this he didn't say I heard. But the first one, Ubay ibn Samad said he heard. Now you must know the difference now. Why he used he heard? Because he was there. Why he didn't say I heard? Because he was not there. But these are people that you can trust. People have doubt, the Prophet is there to confirm. Alhamdulillah. You remember about Qada and Qada I shared with you that Ubay bin Ka'ab was asking who? Remember that? Two classes before, I quote that. Remember, Ubay bin Ka'ab was asking who? He was asking Ibn Mas'ud. And after that, Ibn Mas'ud called him to ask who? Never mind. Then he, Allah, held it with his right hand. Both of his hands are right hand. And now you are going to end. How can they? And both right hand. There's always right and left. There is you and me. To Allah, it's up to him. He wants all his hand to be right. But you don't say that Allah have hand. No, no, no. You say hand, but you don't compare his hand with our hand. Don't compare his pen and your pilot pen, your Parker pen. Don't ever think of that. Yeah? And he recorded the worldly life and all this that will be done in it, whether righteous or evil, and all the moist, living and dry, lifeless thing is all registered with Allah in the supreme register, Lawhi Mahfuz. Recite if you will. This is our register. Haza kitabuna. When Allah registers something, He used the word kataba, kitab. That's why Quran, kitab. Something written. Yeah. This is our register speaking about you in truth. Indeed, we have been replicating from the supreme register whatever you do. Can replication be done then except for a matter that has already been settled? Abdullah bin Amr reported that the Prophet ﷺ said, Kataballah maqadirul khalaiq kulluha qabla an yakhluqa as-samawati wa bi 50 alif sanatin wa kana arshuhu alal ma. Allah recorded the measure of all His creation 50,000 years before He created the heaven and the earth. His throne. Now, Allah is telling us about His throne was then over water. What kind of water? Spring water, Zam water, yeah, our ocean. No. Leave it to Allah. How do the throne of Allah look like? Leave it to Him. Just leave it to Him. Remember, even when Allah is telling us about Jannah, He told us, this Jannah, all the delight, is an area where no eyes have seen. If you can see something like Jannah, it's not Jannah, it's just like Jannah. When Namrud was reminded by the early prophet that there is Jannah and there's river flowing and all the delight, the fruit, the tree, and all the... Wow! Namrud, with his power, he gathered all the stone that they can, and he called his people, I want you to make Jannah for me. What is written in the books, what has been conveyed by the prophet to him, he think and he imagined, and then he called the people to make a stream of water, and then a running river across, and then he was, after ready, he was going in. If this is the Jannah you are talking about, I also can make Jannah. And that's why you should call me God. There is no Namrud. You have few Namrud. But Allah Al-Karim, you're so arrogant. The day where everything is ready and you are supposed to get an officially open it, angel of death was waiting there. You don't even have the chance to even enjoy the delight that you ordered, yeah, to be built. You cannot play God. Yeah. Sometimes people are like that. His throne was then over water. What kind of water? Leave it to Allah. This is something that everybody owes to. Because from water, all come to life. That's why you don't underestimate the power of water. Don't understand. Very powerful. When He comes, it comes. When He swipes, He's going to swipe everything. He's going to sweep everything there. Done. But when there's a lot of water, don't misuse water. In the Islamic state, normally no water bill. Because water is a basic necessity to everyone. You cannot stop. If I don't pay bill, you stop. You cannot do that. Because this is the source of survival. But today when they charge you, because they prepare the piping, money involved, no problem. The only thing we should be grateful to Allah, because He sent down the water from the sky, but He never sent any bill to anybody. Just be thankful. Just be thankful. Be grateful to Him. For you to pay because of the services, fair enough. The hadith indicate that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already created the throne before recording all events in Lawh Mahfuz. Mahfuz means something preserved, from the root word of hafaza. Yeah? Like how Allah preserved the Quran, that He opened the mind of millions of people can memorize the Quran. Allahu Akbar. It does not mean, however, that the throne was created before the pen. Rather, it is clear that the above hadith from Ubadah, that the pen was created first, and then at the time of recording, the pen wrote future event as well as some event that had already happened. From this hadith together, we understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the pen first. Awwalu, because it starts with inna awwalu ma khalaqallahu al-qalam. Then he created the throne. And that's why he talked about the throne later on. The throne is the kingdom of Allah Rabbul Alameen. How do the throne of Allah look like? Nobody knows. And then the throne that Allah created, and then he said, is above the water. The preserved slate, and possibly other things after that. He wrote the Qadr on the slate using the pen. Allah knows best. Then subsequently everything happened in the universe according to what has been recorded in Lawh Mahfuz. And that's why Allah reminded in Surah Hadid, the iron, Surah Iron, verses 22, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ma asaba min musibatin fil ardi wala fi anfusikum illa fi kitabin min qabl an tabra'aha inna zalika alallahi yasir. Allahu Akbar. No disaster can ever befall on the earth or your own self, that nothing will happen to us, but that it is inscribed in a register before we bring it into existence. Is there. So what we understand by this? What do we understand by this? And of course, all this is easy for Allah, because He is the Creator, belong to Him. Now what do you learn from this ayah? This ayah can strengthen our iman. This ayah can save our iman from having doubts and complaining. Why? Why me? Musibah is happening, calamity is happening, what is happening here and there. Once it happened, then we just accept. That's all. You can learn from it, of course. Allah reminds us that nothing happens without a reason. Every time when something happens, is a sign, a signal. Allah is sending stronger signal from time to time for you to wake up. It's a wake-up call, but we never reflect. You think that this thing just happened just like that for fun? Allah has said, وَمَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا. Never one that Allah makes something happen without a purpose. Lesson learned. Why Allah talk about the early nation, the early people that He have destroyed. Why Allah destroyed them? Because they are so arrogant, keep on rejecting, and keep on going against Allah. Allah still send prophet, remind them, they don't care. Is this happening today to us too? Yeah, we don't care. Allah is there to guide us, keep on sending scholars to remind us, and we just don't care. My way, my feeling, oh, your way, your feeling. You can, when you cook, you cook your way. No problem. Nobody can stop you about your way. This is my style. No problem. That one, Allah gives you that right. Your dunya, your way. When come to Allah's way, don't forget. When He sends a stronger signal, is a reminder for those who reflect, but we never learn. You remember, I don't know I shared with this, but I shared yesterday in one of the classes. about the muflis. You know the muflis? Who is a muflis? Yeah. We can be a muflis in akhirah if you do all the good things, but you don't believe in Qada and Qadar. Gone. If you believe all the Rukun Iman, and you come up with all the fasting and all the prayer, all the sadaqah and zakat and hajj and umrah, still you can end as a muflis. Why? Why? Huh? Yeah. You came with all your good deeds. Oh, but still you gossip. You create fitna. You make zulm. Yeah. You belittle somebody, you humiliate a person, you oppress this guy. You do all the bad things that people have suffered from you. But they cannot fight back because they are weak. Remember, Allah is very, very fair. Anything that you do that you think that you can do everything, remember that day. Yawmul Hisab. The day of reckoning. Then what did Allah will call us? He'll call those who you have slander, fitna, and all the things you have zulm. He will come and Allah said, yeah, I know you have prayer, you have this, you have tahajjud, you have this, qiyamul layl, wow, fasting, Isnin, Khamis, 13, 14, 15, 9, 10, Muharram, all is in the record of Allah. But you do this thing to that guy, that lady, now your good deeds transfer to him. Oh, transaction. Until muflis. No more. Declare bankrupt. No more deeds to give. If you think you have a lot of deeds to give, then you can gossip. You can create more zulm. You can do what you want. If you think you have a lot of deeds. But it's going. And then what happened when no more deeds? It's not settled yet because you do to many people that only managed to clear 3%. How about 10 more people? Yeah. Then Allah is adil. They also have sinned. They are wrong, of course. But it's not for you to go and gossip about them. It's not for you to go and naked them in front of the public unless they have do it publicly. Nothing to naked it. They are naked already. And then their bad deeds is going to be transferred to you. Double muflis. Is that what we want at the end of our life? No. Remember, no disaster can ever befall the earth or your own self, but that is been registered by Allah. When it happened, accept it, number one, and move. Okay. Learn from that. Just learn. Oh, Allah, forgive me. Don't give up hope in Allah. Allah is going to forgive and move forward. But when you move forward, brother and sister, do we have problem in family, in our family? Disagreement sometimes. Do we have argument sometimes? Sometimes we want to end that relationship. Do we come sometimes with that feeling, kalas, enough lah. I made a wrong move already. I shouldn't have rectified this relationship. Kalas. Sometimes we have that. Now we do have. You cannot move forward if you keep on going backward. You can't. Moving forward means the past is the past. Stop. It's a cancer. It's a disease. Cut it off. Then move forward. You cannot, after moving forward few steps, then recall back. You know, last time, how can you do this to me? Huh? Why do you lie to me? Huh? Astaghfirullah. How many times do you want to repeat? How can you move forward? I was thinking, kalas, hey, 3 years thing, you bring it back again. This is 2016, now 2019. But shaitan like that. Allah said, I'm going to forgive everything. When Allah forgive, He can just erase everything. And why we just want to go back? What do you gain by going backward? Do you gain something, satisfaction? Gram, you just drink some water, cool down. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, Allah protect. Pray. Where is our prayer? What is patience? Where is your patience? Patience is to stop control. Don't say something that can create more problem. If your son had failed 3 years ago, now he's fighting, he's working better. Cannot lah. You 3 years also gone case already. Now you do lah. That's what you want me, kan? You want me to be like that? Okay. Don't talk about what have passed. Now talking about now and moving forward. Can we do that, sister? If you do that, you can see, inshallah, we all will pass with the will of Allah. But when you want to become better, the back is for you to reflect for yourself. Somebody have done that to you, you don't do the same to them. That's how you learn. If somebody have done it to you, you don't do the same to others because it's not good. You know it's not good because it happened to you. Are you going to do it again? To speak about the past that can hurt somebody in the present, do you think it's good to talk about it? No, not good. Allah also don't like you to talk about that. That's why the Prophet said, Man satara Musliman, whoever conceal. And just stop that. Allah will help you to conceal your own weaknesses. But if you like to talk bad about people, when they have nothing to do with you, that's why I say in a relationship, don't go and say, I'm going to be very transparent with you. Heart to heart. But don't do that. Allah also don't want you to talk about that. The past is the past. Now you repent to Allah. You remember what happened to the time of the Prophet. This part of the Qada and Qada, something happened secretly. And the person came and report to the Prophet, I have done that. You remember that? What did the Prophet say? What do you do? Please explain more detail. Wait, I take a tape and record. Did the Prophet respond in that manner? He said, go home. What have been concealed, no one knows. Why are you going to tell me today? Allahu Akbar. Look at how the Prophet helped his people to understand. But we don't understand. We never learn. The minute people want to talk about, yes, sir. You want witness? Why you do that? Are you proud of your sin? No. Example. Please remember, what Allah have ordained that is going to happen, it will happen. But learn, reflect, and ask Allah for forgiveness, and move forward. Don't be judgmental. Yeah, don't be judgmental. Allah punish him, I know because he's like that. How can you know? You don't know anything about what Allah does. But maybe Allah loved him in a different way. I was asked yesterday, this is the ending of my talk today. I just want to understand. Something just happened to me. Not only happened to me, it happened to my family. It happened to my mom. It happened to my dad. That it happened. Just in a short period, all this thing is happening. I really don't understand. I just cannot. It's not that I'm not a bad guy. I'm doing all the good things. But this is happening. Do you feel hurt sometimes when you are trying to be good and more thing is happening? I said to the believer, what did the Prophet say? The unique of the believers is that when something bad happens, they have patience. When something good, they make shukr, both benefit them. What is patience over here means you must have good thought. Husn nizan billahi ta'ala. How to have husn nizan? Allah knows best. Maybe He's stopping me, protecting me from a further, a greater disaster. If you keep on thinking like that, you can move better. But if you just stop, why me? Compare with my friend, he don't even pray 5 times a day. He's okay, what? I pray fardu, sunnah, and all. I still suffer. Why me? Who is not been tested? All the prophets been tested more than us. Sometimes I always reflect and remind myself. I plan like this, something happened. Allah knows best. It's not something I purposely want to do, something that is wrong. Allah knows best. Yeah? Just like in business, if anybody get involved in business, everything was online, everything was so okay, it's going to happen. Last minute something just happened. Wow. How do you feel? How do we feel? Being a Muslim, a normal, how do we feel? Disappointed, frustrated, garam, everything there. Darah tinggi naik, all the pressure come. Why come? So many why. But you don't know that Allah is saving you from a bigger disaster that you don't see what is waiting in front. Allah sees everything. You have been asking Allah, oh Allah, save me, oh Allah, protect me, oh Allah, give me the best. You have been asking and Allah is giving you the best. You don't understand. You don't understand. You just have to have faith and be thankful. Qadr Allah wa ma sha'a fa'al. Remember that dua. Qadr Allah wa ma sha'a fa'al. I will do another. I will plan again. If Allah says your rizq is there, your rizq will be there. Don't worry. But sometimes you go into it, you get it. Wow, one by one, all the problems start to come in. You will regret. But what can you do? Sign a really one. That's why there are cases, the last case I like to share, people want to get married, they plan small, everything small plan, hantaran ready, everything ready, last minute. It didn't work. Wow. We feel, well, how can we tell the public? Qadr Allah wa ma sha. Allah knows that maybe this is not the right person. We have that case happening now. It's not a local or foreigners. But alhamdulillah, they are following our class also. They say, I always follow and I'm learning. I say, you have to move forward. You can plan for the best. What is going to happen, we don't know yet. But don't give up hope with Allah and move forward. And don't forget to pray. That is very important. Be connected to Allah. So may Allah help those who help themselves and help those who want to learn about Qada and Qadar, so that we have the right understanding in the way Allah and the Prophet want us to understand. Ameen. If there's any question, now we open for Q&A. Faddal. Today is what date? 16. 16 or 15? 1/6. Forgetful. The chair. Okay. Okay. First thing, when you are going to perform prayer at home, then suddenly the imam who is going to lead you in the prayer is having some injury. He cannot pray with the normal sujood. He may pray while stand. He may be able to stand, but when come to ruku, he can ruku. Sujood, he will sit on the chair. Yeah? The Prophet do allow you to follow anybody, as long they follow the ritual properly. You can follow them. But then, when he stand, you stand. When he sit on the chair, do you sit on the chair? There is the question maybe. Do you sit? No. The imam. Better? No. Okay. No, it's always better to perform prayer jama'ah. Yeah. Always better. Yes. Yeah. There is a hadith that the Prophet said, when the imam prays sitting, you pray sitting with him. But later on, the Prophet also allowed you to pray according to what you can. He will do according what he can, you do what you can. Earlier, both is allowed. Yes, both is allowed. The Prophet did allow. Yeah, if even the person, yeah, that's the second person, have no problem, but because the imam is sitting. But then, inshallah, we will look into that, but on following the imam, yeah, the adab. The marriage, now you are, alhamdulillah, when you are married, everybody, alhamdulillah, have the same understanding, you know. Yeah. Then later on, somebody go deeper, and now he went into Sufi. No, if you want to be Sufi, the right Sufi, like what Sheikh Abdul Qadr Jilani was asked one day, what is Sufism? Because Sheikh Abdul Qadr Jilani is known as the father of the Sufis. The Sufis world always quote his name, Abdul Qadr Jilani. He was, two things he experienced. One, when he was in Makkah one day, suddenly he experienced, whether it's through fully awareness when he was alert or while half asleep, that the roof of the place that he was living was open and a light came down and a voice talking to him, "Oh, Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani, your deeds have been so good. Your prayer, your zikr, everything is so too much already. No place to record all your good deeds anymore. From today onwards, you are exempted from doing this. You don't have to pray like normal people pray. You don't have to do, because your zikr, your very, you know, some Sufi 1,000 million or something. Khalas." The minute he heard this, he answered that, "Ya shaitan, leave me alone." Even Prophet Muhammad, who is the Prophet, the chosen, was never exempted from all this ritual. How can I be exempted? This is Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. He have a Sharia to guide him. He can make zikr as much as you like, but you cannot say that. Sufi is that to the extent, I don't pray anymore. Then people ask him, what is real Sufi? Real Sufi is to get out all your personal behavior out and refill the sunnah of the Prophet in your life. That is the real Sufi. Because the Prophet have everything. He's a complete man. Sharia, Ma'rifat, Hakikat, Tariqat, everything one from Prophet Muhammad. Normal Sufi, if you experience that, you know what will happen? Oh, Rahman, I am blessed, man. I'm so special. God told me, Khalas, my deed is Khalas. I don't have to pray. You all, your deed is not enough. That's why you keep on praying. You have mind Khalas. Now I'm free from all the ritual. If you were experiencing that, you thought, wow, this is real Sufi. This is not Sufi. Yeah, this is the whisper of the Satan. If he said he's getting closer, but he still pray, he do all the same ritual, Alhamdulillah. But if he's saying that, no, why do you pray? Why must you cover? You don't look beautiful. These have nothing. Heart inside. Then you have to protect yourself already. First thing, what Allah said, your first right, you protect yourself. Qu anfusakum. That's the first thing you do. That means you are not going to follow what he is doing and what he wants you. No. You can obey your husband as long as your husband do not command you to do something to go against Allah and the Prophet. Once he command you, you cannot follow. And if he say, if you don't follow me, I divorce you. Alhamdulillah. No problem. Life, move on. And Allah will give you a better partner. Inshallah. Not here, akhirah. Then you have this headache every morning, think of him, you got headache, and migraine, oh, heart sick. Why must you go through all the suffering? Yeah, and you're going to move forward. You can obey your husband. You must obey him until he's forced you to do something against Allah. You stop. La ta'atul makhluq fi ma'asiyatillah. The Prophet said, no obedience to anyone to do anything that is obeying Allah. No. Because they are not our God. We have to return back to Allah, not to him. Yeah? May Allah safeguard our iman for that. Naam. Next, sister. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. What do they do when they hypnotize a person? Are you still in a state of mind that you still are aware? Huh? Ah. Okay. In Islam, you are not supposed to do that. The Prophet can do more than that if he wants, with the will of Allah. This is part of the work that in a gray area. You can get stuck and you are going to tell a lot of things that you are not supposed to tell. That people are controlling your mind. Don't let people control your mind. You are a free man. People say, you want to try? Alhamdulillah, thank you. I no need to try all these things that do not benefit me. Then what I say, I also don't know later on. And then now you're going to record what I say. Say, this is what you say just now. It's not me. Maybe the shaitan is working inside me. Your jinn and my jinn working very closely. And I allow your jinn to control me. No, I'm not going to let this thing happen. So in Islam, we don't respond to that. Even they say, it's good. No. You see why when we want to communicate with Allah, we must communicate with Allah when we have the sound mind. When you are drunk, you cannot. You are talking nonsense. You must be controlled. You must have control to your own mind. Don't let anybody to control your mind. They can do what they want. It's up to you to fight now. Now, Sister Fawzia, please. Wassalamu warahmatullah. Alhamdulillah. Oh, somebody tried to do it on you. Oh. Alhamdulillah. They do it with your knowledge or without your knowledge? Yeah. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Maybe because we are fighting, we don't allow them to do it. Don't allow them to do that. Alhamdulillah. Naam. A machine is makhluk. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, if they have, a human have certain knowledge to monitor the movement, yeah, that when a person lie, that means, you know, when you want to lie, you have to think, yeah, a lot, you know. I would think this way, think that way. So of course, all the signal is going in a different direction. But if a person there's nothing to lie, I'm just telling straight from my heart, then the frequency may be straight. Now, if any human can come up with any message, no problem. We don't ignore all this. These are certain technology, if it's working, but yeah, no problem. That is okay, because he's not making you out of control. It's just that he tests whether you are telling the truth or not. Now, normally when the poor and the needy come to me, through our humble experience for 30 over years, I will talk to them for a few minutes. After a few minutes, I know they are not telling me the truth. But I'm not going to tell them, oh, you are lying. I say, please, tell me the truth. That's all I want you from you. Yeah. So when I ask few people, then I know. Then I will say, no, may Allah guide you. I think you can go other place and ask for help. Because I want to help you, but you lie to me. You know? So sometimes I do that. But when they don't lie to me, Alhamdulillah. So, of course, this lying and thing is very bad. Yeah. It's not good. Better you keep quiet, not to say anything. It's better. So, may Allah bless us, sisters, and please remember, don't forget to make a lot of dua. And this Qada and Qadr, like I say, we are just strengthening our belief. It's not something that you can debate with people, no. Yeah? Just for yourself. And may Allah Rabbul Alameen give us the patience to understand what is happening in our life. And always when you have issue about this, you can call us, sit with us, and discuss further. Yeah? Don't be judgmental, and don't make fast conclusion. Yeah? Be more patient. Yeah? I know how we feel, especially about the past. Don't let the past haunt you. Let it go. Then you can move forward. وبالله التوفيق والآخر دعوانا والحمد لله العالمين سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.